Now it is time to polish. So I would suggest that first of all, you take a half-round file and just gently go around the inside of the ring. As you're filing, you're wanting to go in this type of a motion, and you're wanting to rotate your ring as you're doing it so you don't get any flat spots. Then turn it and do the same process on the other side. Now it is a good time to use your wheels with your rotary tool and clean it up really well. Once you have worked your way entirely through your series of rotary tools from your most coarse to your most fine, give it a good clean with the brass brush and the Dawn soap, and then throw it in the tumbler for a couple of hours, and it will come out bright and shiny. I'll see you back with my bright shiny ring. A split mandrel is a great tool to be able to polish and sand the insides of your rings or any cylindrical jewelry piece. It is simply a steel mandrel with a slit in it where you can slide your sandpaper in the slit, and then with your rotary device it whirls it around, and you can get in there and you can sand the inside of your ring. This is a very fine grit sandpaper. It's actually the strip of sandpaper that I use on this, which makes this an amazing tool. Again, once I've used them on here, or even if I haven't, I'll take this strip, put it in here. The padding on the back that holds it to the Velcro is just enough padding to keep it from sliding out of the mandrel. While you're doing this, if you will rotate it a little bit just to grab that very edge of the ring, it will take away that sharp edge that often cuts a finger when it's wearing it. Doing it this way in this rotary type movement, it will take away that sharp edge, and your rings will be nice and smooth. Beautiful. The tumbler will also help with any of those sharp edges, but it won't remove them completely. So it's a good practice to get into to make sure that when you put it in the tumbler, it's as smooth as you can get it by hand, and then it will burnish it the rest of the way down. Well, I have my ring out of the tumbler. Look how shiny and pretty it is. It's got a beautiful textured edge, makes it look very substantial. Now, one thing I wanted to tell you about rings. This is a very, very common practice. You can make these as wide or as narrow as you want. You can use this band and then file the top of it off and put a stone on it. You could even set tube setting stones. So this is a wonderful base to create more designs from. You could even add embellishments like a wire design or granulation. One thing I do want to talk to you about, if you fuse your ring and you go to hammer a texture on that seam and it pops open, what that means is you did not get it fused completely to the core. A lot of new students are concerned about overheating the metal, and they see it go glassy and then they pull away, and maybe they do it again and it goes glassy. But let me caution you to do it, 2, 3, 4 times. This is very thick metal. So if that does happen, if you get it on there and you're texturing that seam and it pops open, don't despair. Just move the ends back together. Give it a good clean. Put the ends back together. Make sure there's no light. Flux it and refuse the ring. But this time, make sure that you get it really good infused. So move in, get it good and glassy, pull away, let it kind of just calm down, then go right back in. Pull it away, but when you go in each time, make sure it gets that glassy chrome look, then pull it away. 3 or 4 times with metal this thick, and I'm sure that you will get it to the core. So I wanted to let you know that, because that is very common with new students, for them to go to texture that seam and it pops open because it was fused, but the very core was not fused. So I wanted to let you know that's what it is, and it's fixable, and it never happened the first time if you get it really good infused all the way to the core. Now, another thing that this band is good for is making spinner rings. So if you made a ring like this and then you flared it out and put your other bands on there, you would have a spinner ring. And maybe in a future video we'll do that, because there's a trick to doing that as well. So anyway, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit, and I hope you enjoy your ring. Mine's a little tight. I made it almost a little too small, but it is a 7 1/4. I think my fingers have gotten pudgy lately. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope your ring is as beautiful as you want it to be.